Nebraska Public Media Sports is proud to be the NSAA's home for high school championships. From Lincoln's Pinnacle Bank Arena, we bring you the 2025 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships. And in our second game of this morning, we move to Class C1 as the 5th-seeded Bluejays of Ashland-Greenwood take on the 3rd-seed Mustangs of Omaha Concordia. And hello again, everyone. Along with former Nebraska standout Andy Markowski, I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us. Andy Kendi will be joining us momentarily. We move now to Class C1, where Omaha Concordia has never been this far. Ashland-Greenwood certainly been here before, and they are led this year by Derek Chanches.
Yeah, the 6'5" junior forward, just been ultra productive all season in a really big semifinal. They upset Lincoln Lutheran, which had beat them earlier in the season behind his 22 points and 10 rebounds. Also had 17 in the first round. The 22 points was top 3 in the semifinals of all basketball. So just a tremendous performance to get his team into the state finals.
Yep. We just saw a couple of coaches' kids win state titles. Here's another coach's kid in Drew Koulis.
Yeah, what a great story. Four straight semifinals, was able to kind of push that team over the hump with his father, Ken. 18 points in the first round, was one of 3 players in double figures, so that balance will be important, but averaging 15, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, just, really complete player, and you look for him to have a really big state final here.
It is the C1 state championship upcoming, our second of the day. We just crowned one in Class D1 for the 3rd consecutive year. Johnson Brock wins it. Coming up at 1 this afternoon, it will conclude our morning session. That's in Class A as Westside takes on Papillion La Vista South. And you see what's coming up in our evening session, which begins at 4:15 this afternoon. Blue Jays and Mustangs battle for the title when we come back.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Toys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Did you know that the #1 reason officials quit is because of verbal abuse from parents and fans? We are losing officials, and we need everyone to respect the ref.
Judges help students to find their voice and become lifelong supporters of the arts. Without these individuals, NSAA activities would not be possible.
I cannot participate in the activities that I love without these officials and judges. So please, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the judges judge.
In Lincoln, Nebraska, it's the Class C1 state championship game. Ashland-Greenwood, the Blue Jays, coming in the 5 seed, taking on the 3 seed, the Concordia Mustangs. Hello again, everybody. I'm Andy Kendi. Concordia, an interesting story. They've been to state 5 straight years, but they've never been to the state championship game. That changes today. However, Ashland-Greenwood, they have some finals experience. This is their 3rd trip to the finals game. They won back-to-back state titles in 2022 and 2023. Ashland-Greenwood comes in at 22-5, and Concordia comes in at 23-4. They have 2 third-place finishes, Concordia does, but again, they've never played in a state finals, and it will be interesting to see how the Mustangs handle life on the big stage. Time now for pregame introductions. Here's Drew Danker.
The NSAA is proud to recognize Farmers Mutual of Nebraska and all NSAA corporate partners for their outstanding support of NSAA activities, especially Nebraska Orthopedic Center, the NSAA's orthopedic and sports medicine partner for Lincoln Area Championships. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools, welcome to the 2025 NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships. Ready to join the University of Nebraska's starting lineup? Email admissions@nebraska.edu today and find out how the University of Nebraska can help you be your best. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pinnacle Bank Arena for today's Class C1 championship matchup featuring the number 5 seed coming in with a record of 22-5, the Blue Jays of Ashland-Greenwood. Facing off against the number 3 seed, coming in with a record of 23-4, the Mustangs of Concordia. It is now time for the introduction of the players and the coaches. First, let's meet the non-starters for the Blue Jays. Number 1, Ranger Zimmerman. Number 3, Grady Holtz. Number 5, Mason Mose. Number 12, Wave Cerny. Number 20, Rogan Cervini. Number 24, Jack Johnson. Number 25, Joe Grice. And number 35, Barrett Kittrell. And now here are the non-starters for the Mustangs. Number 1, J.J. Brummels. Number 2, Lincoln Getz. Number 10, Jack Gronegay. Number 14, Logan Herman. Number 22, Jake Clarkson. Number 24, Blake Sunday. Number 25, Cole Heineck. Number 34, Ryan Taylor. And number 35, Connor Shepard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. A 6'2" junior, number 0, Cal Kissinger. A 6-foot junior, number 4, Landon Mose. A 6'2" junior, number 10, Logan Fangmeyer. A 6'4" junior, number 11, Cooper Westerhold. And a 6'5" junior, number 23, Derek Tonjes. The Blue Jays are head coached by Jacob Mose. He's assisted by Jordan Scheil, Nate Scudler, Tyler Craven, and Justin Appleby. And now, fans, let's meet the starting lineup for the Mustangs of Omaha Concordia. A 6'1" junior, number 3, Owen Abendroth. A 6-foot junior, number 4, Drew Kulis. A 6'4" senior, number 11, Jack Thrasher. A 6'3" senior, number 12, Jackson Shepard. And a 6-foot sophomore, number 23, Cole Cheatham. The Mustangs are head coached by Ken Kulis. He's assisted by Caleb Kluender, Chris Bartles, Max Meyer, Peter Hankey, and Ron Nepful. The officials for today's contest are Jeremy Wynn, Christopher Wright, Grant Carter, and the bench official is Brady Lohman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's play state championship basketball.
In the heart of Omaha, maybe, just a little bit south of Bennington, maybe 10 miles, right at 156th and Fort. And Ashland-Greenwood, north side of Ashland is the high school, maybe 30 minutes from right here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Here are the brackets and who they beat to get here. Ashland-Greenwood knocked off Cozad and upset top-seeded and defending champion Lincoln Lutheran to make it to the finals. Concordia beat Sydney and Donovan Trumbull by 9. Ready to go for the C1 state title. Concordia and Ashland-Greenwood. Derek Tonjes wins the tip for the Blue Jays.
Concordia's going to open in man-to-man defense.
Westerhold with it, kicks it outside. Here's Fangmeyer. Kissinger has it taken away, and Drew Kulis comes up with it.
Yeah, nice job by Kulis playing the gap to get the deflection and create the steal.
Take by Concordia's just off, and that was Jackson Shepard with the shot. Other leg spin move into the lane, not there by Cheatham. One more time, Cheatham, and he draws the foul. Check that, that was Tonjes. It's Tonjes for Ashland-Greenwood with the bucket. He now goes to the line.
Yeah, good patience by Tonjes there. He's able to use the turnover, push it out in transition, gets into the lane, plays off 2 feet. Showed a lot of patience, finally finding some space. Gets the basket. Not able to capitalize on the free throw.
Ashland-Greenwood up 2-zip. Tonjes with 17 in the opening round. Had 22 in that win over Lincoln Lutheran.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. Both were emotional wins. You know, we referenced Concordia had lost 4 straight semis. Ashland-Greenwood was able to beat a team that had really, beat them pretty, by 20 points early in the season, was the #1 seed. So each team can kind of get over that high and refocus here.
Great fadeaway there by Koulis. He's just a junior. In that Donovan Trumbull win, Koulis really didn't have many points in the game, but late really took over the game and led Concordia to that win, and a travel called on Cooper Westerhold.
Yeah, Concordia has been, fairly balanced. We illustrated Drew Koulis averaging 15, but Thrasher was really big in the semis as well, averaging 13 for the season.
You saw Coach Mose in his 13th year for the Blue Jays. Here is Thrasher driving in, kicks it outside. The drive this time by Cheatham is not there.
A good job by Tonjes, really challenging that shot.
Off the Tonjes screen, Mose with it. Started there by Koulis, and now here's Kissinger. Left-handed dribble by Kissinger, and the block from behind by Cole Cheatham. There's Ken Koulis. He's been at Concordia 19 years. Well, as a head coach, altogether 19 years. He was a head coach at Hastings, Papillion La Vista.
Yeah, nice execution by Ashland-Greenwood. Cal Kissinger found himself open around the block, just not able to get the bank shot to fall. That's always a challenge in these back-to-back games, just being able to get your team, prepared for a game in less than 24 hours, sometimes out of bounds plays. You're just not able to cover as much as you'd like to in the scout.
Koulis again with that fadeaway. Did not get the roll, hung on the rim.
Second possession in a row from Concordia, though, where they're able to get the ball into the lane.
Kissinger, great take.
As well for Kissinger. Second time he's been able to get the ball to the rim. Got that one to fall. Kissinger in double figures for the season, averaging 11.
Abendroth with it. Now off to Cheatham. Koulis looks inside.
Sorry, Larry. Both teams are really solid in their man-to-man defense. It's going to be, you have to be patient on offense and work the basketball from side to side and have productive possessions.
Walk off of Tonjes fell right into Koulis's hands, but he stepped on the end line. You'll see here, grabs it and right on the white line.
It's the second time Tonjes has kind of rotated over from help side, was able to block that one. He challenged one earlier in the game. His 6'5" frame is having an impact early in the first quarter.
Spin down low by Tonjes, looking for something. Kicks it back up top to Westerhold.
Great job by Thrasher, just kind of walling up, not giving up much space.
And the rebound by Shepard. They'll bring it up the floor, 4-2. Ashland-Greenwood with the lead early on here in this C1 title game. Here's Cheatham into the lane. Thrasher, he'll take the three. That's off. And then it goes off of the fingertips of Jackson Shepard. And Blue Jays ball. 3:39 remain in this first quarter. First time out. Ashland-Greenwood with a 2-point lead.
Nebraska's pork industry includes over 1,100 pig farms, producing more than 7 million pigs annually, resulting in bacon, ribs, and chops on your dinner table. It's an industry supporting over 17,000 jobs, with $6 billion in economic activity. This message brought to you by Nebraska pig farmers through their pork checkoff. Learn more at powerofpork.com.
Our planet, it's hungry. Blessed with millions of acres in this great nation, our farmers work tirelessly to feed the planet through seasons of uncertainty and seasons of growth. It's a tough business to do alone. As owners of Central Valley Ag, it's together that we move forward. There's room at the table. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag.
Well, if you're from Nebraska, it really doesn't matter where you're at right now. You're always interested in these NSAA championships, and no matter where you are, whether it's in the state or the country or even the world, you can watch them on Nebraska Public Media Sports. Just download the free Nebraska Public Media app. Anyone can watch their favorite Nebraska high school team, maybe family member. Live streaming also supported through Apple TV and Chromecast, and you can get the free app at nebraskapublicmedia.org/apps. We're on the App Store. We're on Google Play. It's always fun to get those notes and emails from folks around the country and the world who tune in and watch these NSAA championships. Good defense being played here early by both teams.
Yeah, both teams are really settled in with their man-to-man defense.
Good drive by Kissinger. Tries to go off glass, tipped away, rebounded into the hands of Fangmeyer. They'll keep it alive. Kissinger again, and he draws the foul.
Cal Kissinger being really aggressive so far in the quarter. A couple drive opportunities. He was able to get a basket there. He's able to draw a foul on some penetration.
Foul was called on Thrasher. That's his first. Kissinger with it again. Tipped away. Tonjes, spin move into the paint. Runs into traffic. Good ball movement. Tonjes baseline again. The pull-up. Not there. Rebound. Put back by Westerhold. Cooper Westerhold.
Yeah, that was 2 offensive rebounds. That possession alone for Ashland-Greenwood. Finally capitalized by getting the basket. 3 offensive rebounds for the game.
Double team down low. Koulis. I think Koulis is going to see a lot of double teams and attention here against Ashland-Greenwood.
Yeah, officiating crew is allowing for a lot of physicality in the lane. You're able to kind of wall up and hold your position as a defender.
Driving the bucket by Tonjes. They're on top by 6 here. Largest lead for the Blue Jays. And an opportunity now to extend the lead. Westerhold drives in, not there. The putback and draws the foul. Fangmeyer will shoot a couple.
You see that baseline penetration. Concordia's baseline defensive rotation is just a little slow. Next possession, Ashland-Greenwood was able to penetrate again and created an offensive rebound on the backside for Fangmeyer.
Ashland-Greenwood won this state championship in back-to-back years in 22 and 23. They made it down here last year, but did not make it into the championship. And given this team and the youth of this team, Andy, they might see a little bit of a run here. Just one senior on the roster, non-starter, but one senior. And a good junior and sophomore class for Coach Jacob Mose.
Yeah, you see that so often with just, that taste of being at the state tournament, taste of being in finals. You build so much enthusiasm within your school and your program.
Success breeds success.
And it's also that confidence and expectation that you're able to pass from year to year.
Drive by Koulis, he's underneath the basket. Swatted away by Tonjes. And the height of Tonjes gets the Koulis there.
Yeah, so far the physicality of Ashland-Greenwood around the rim has really been the difference of this first quarter. Tonjes' second block.
Brandon Mose resets. Under a minute to go here in the first 15 of the shot clock. Good bounce pass to Fangmeyer, takes the three. That is out. Tonjes with the rebound, but they're going to call a foul down low on Tonjes.
Here you see the last possession with Concordia. Just nowhere to go, kind of caught himself under the backboard. Tonjes was able to block that. And then you see Tonjes' size and athleticism on the backboard. Got caught with a push before he was able to get that offensive rebound.
Ryan Taylor now into the game for Concordia. The steal there by Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer lays it in. Coach Mose calls him one of the most consistent players he has. It is a 10-0 run for the Blue Jays. Shot clock off.
Concordia is going to go to kind of a 1-4 flat. You'll probably see a high ball screen. Allowed Drew Koulis to make a play, create for himself or a teammate. He's able to get his shot.
Koulis got the roll from the elbow. And a bucket by Koulis ends that 10-0 run, but after one, Ashland-Greenwood with an 8-point advantage. They're on top 12-4. Koulis trying to close the gap and keep it close.
These are Nebraska corn farmers. They work in acres, not hours. Over 9 million acres to be exact. Harvesting the energy and climate solutions the world needs. Year after year. Year after year. We are proud to stand with you.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is ready to help. A hydrostatic transmission assists its operation. Attachments are available for a variety of jobs. The Kubota BX Series. Demos are available through your local Kubota dealers. To learn more, KubotaNEsports.com.
Well, if you would like a DVD copy of these state high school championships, you can give us a call at 800-868-1868. The other option is to log onto our website at nebraskapublicmedia.org/sports and get a copy of these any of our state championships, really, Andy. We can go all the way back to the state high school bowling championships 5 weeks ago. And we can get you a copy of that if you'd like. Swimming and diving, wrestling.
That's your collection. You probably have a ton of those DVDs.
I did add to my collection.
You sit in your car and watch them in the driveway?
I do. Yeah. I still have a DVD player. You believe that? Do you have a DVD player?
I do.
Yeah.
It was such an important finish for Concordia to get that basket and then get the ball at quarter, which allows you to kind of go on these mini 4-5-0 runs. Next they turn it over there.
Steal by Kissinger. Does not finish. The rebound. Cheatham will bring it up the floor.
Kissinger kind of caught himself under the backboard there, where it's really a disadvantaged position for him. Concordia was able to get a little piece of the basketball.
Three on the way from Shepard. That is off. Kissinger with the rebound.
Concordia's 0-2 from the three. Now both teams have really preferred to drive and try to get the basketball into the lane.
Three-pointer off. Rebound to Abendroth.
A good defensive possession there by Concordia. Defended a few different actions, defended a ball screen, kept the ball in front, forced Kissinger into a tough contested three-point attempt.
Down low. Shepard with it. Rejected by Westerholt.
Yeah, now the fourth block shot for Ashland-Greenwood.
Kissinger with the drive. And a foul called on Koulis. And it was Koulis.
Yeah, there you see Westhold just did a good job of walling up and then timed that jump right when Shepard left his feet. That's when Westhold left his feet, able to get the fourth block for the team for the game. Really, probably the difference in the game is just Ashland-Greenwood's ability to really control the paint. Concordia's not had a lot of high percent scoring opportunities. Ashland-Greenwood has 4 offensive rebounds to kind of go with that 4 block shots.
Kissinger knocks down 1 of 2 and extends that lead to 9. The defense of the Blue Jays is really causing trouble right now for the Mustangs. Cheatham with it. Here's Thrasher into the paint. Thrasher, little fall away. Off the rim and out.
Yeah, good job by Thrasher, able to kind of create some space there on a little step back.
Taken awareness by Westerholt, who just went strong to the hoop with the defense with their backs turned.
Omaha Concordia didn't do a great job of communication and conversion defense. Gave up an easy one.
Did not get the roll. And 3 minutes into this second period, Ashland-Greenwood with its largest lead of the game, trying to extend. Conscious. Here, Mose has it. Tonjes. Mose with the drive and the travel. 1 too many steps for Landon Mose.
Yeah, another good offensive or defensive possession by Omaha Concordia. Just really walled off Ashland-Greenwood from having any success. Now they've just got to find some rhythm on the offensive end. Drew Koulis has freed himself up for a few shots, just not able to get that last one to fall. Thrasher still without a basket. It'll be important to find some opportunities for him. Here you see Thrasher on the post. Good kick out.
Around the way, Taylor off the back of the rim. The rebound to Tonjes. Ripped it away from Koulis. They'll push the tempo. Tonjes into the lane. The bucket. And the largest lead of the game at 13 for Ashland-Greenwood. 15-2 run in the last 11 minutes. And a timeout taken by Concordia. Nobody stopped the dribble. And Tonjes finishes.
Yeah, Tonjes is up 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. You know, once again, really good patience, playing out 2 feet, not being in a hurry.
Coach Jacob Mose has put Landon Mose on Drew Koulis, and he's done a nice job so far, and 4 points in a quarter and a half of play here for Concordia.
Yeah, just on the offensive end for Concordia, nothing has come easy. Well, they're moving the ball. Last possession, they were able to get Thrasher a post touch and then got a good kick out. Just couldn't get the three to fall.
Fourth consecutive trip to state and third time in the finals in the last 4 years for these Blue Jays. They were the C1 champs in 22 and 23. And looking to make it 3 state titles in 4 years. Well, let's see if the Mustangs can get something going here midway through period number 2. Here is Thrasher down in the blocks. Shepard thought about it. Here's Taylor. Thrasher with it. Good move down low. Thrasher with the bucket.
Yeah, good patience by Thrasher. Time Omaha Concordia kind of got a switch on the ball screen, allowed Thrasher to drive that matchup and find the tough basket in the lane.
Anjus, drive baseline. Taylor shuts that off. Turn around, Taylor with the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Taylor, just kind of walling up, making that a really difficult baseline shot. It's so important to block Tonjes out. He's able to go get a rebound on a miss.
Tipped out of bounds off of Tonjes. Thrasher on the drive. Shepard inbounds. Good pass from Shepard to Koulis, who put it off glass.
Yeah, I alluded to it earlier. It's just the one thing that gets left out in scouts on short prep time is usually out of bounds plays. And great job by Concordia executing an out of bounds play. Just great job by Coach Koulis finding a inline out of bounds set to generate a basket. A little 4-0 run by Concordia. Chance to cut into that deficit even more with this possession.
Kicked out for the open look. Three-pointer is long. Rebound into the hands of Shepard, who has it taken away by Tonjes. 2 minutes here in the second period. 9-point advantage for Ashland-Greenwood.
Omaha Concordia's defense, you see a really soft kind of gap-containing style. Done a really good job of just forcing some difficult 2s and 3s here in the last part of the second quarter. And then they have done a much better job of rebounding. Still only 4 offensive rebounds for Ashland-Greenwood. Yeah, let's take a look again at that inbounds play. Here you see a little midline screen the screener, and what that does is just create some confusion on whether you're going to stay or switch, and a lot of times that would be discussed, in some type of a pregame scout. Ashland misses the switch and leads to the easy basket. Just great execution. And in games of this magnitude, sometimes 2, 4, 6 points, if you can steal some in out-of-bounds scenarios, really helps your team be in better position to win a state title.
Here's Koulis with the three-pointer. In and out. And then it goes off of the hands of Jackson Shepard. And it will be Ashland-Greenwood's ball.
Yeah, another pretty good possession by Omaha Concordia. Koulis, which you'll live with him taking, that open shot, just not able to get it to go down. For Coach Koulis, you feel better about your defense here in the second quarter. Your offense isn't really clicking, but yet your defense is keeping you in the game. Greenwood's trying to run a little cross screen to then get Todd just a touch in the lane.
Bucket by Westerholt. Back to an 11-point game.
Yeah, it's 6 for Westerholt on 3 of 5 shooting. Averages 12. Should have been a productive start for him in this game.
Mustangs will bleed down the clock here. 15 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock.
At the end of the first quarter, they went with kind of a high ball screen. Allowed Koulis to kind of make a decision. Here it is again.
Koulis drives in, he gets the bucket. Opportunity for a last shot here. Good feed down low. Foul is called on Concordia. 2 shots upcoming for Cooper Westerholt.
Yeah, good execution from Omaha Concordia, able to kind of get that shot. And then credit Ashland-Greenwood, just really pushing the basketball out after the made. Was able to get the ball to the front of the rim. Just that experience, no panic, even though you gave up a basket. Get the ball out of bounds, stay aggressive. And then Westerholt was able to get fouled, capitalize on the first attempt.
Both free throws are good. 1.6 remaining. Tosses up a last-second shot, and that will do it for the first half of this Class C1 state championship. Ashland-Greenwood, the Blue Jays, will head to that halftime locker room with an 11-point advantage, 21-10. Andy Kindy is with the head coach, Jacob Bose.
Yeah, here with the head coach of AG. Coach, great start. What was the key?
I think being calm and patient, getting really good shots, and locking in on defense.
I know that that they were going to make a run there, and they did it in that second quarter. How do you stifle that and come out strong in the third quarter?
I think we get back to what got us kind of that cushion was great shots, and we got sped up a little bit, took some bad ones, and they're a good team, so they're going to make a run.
Well, good luck in the second half. Jacob Mose, his team's up by 11 at halftime of the Class C1 state championship game. Halftime festivities from PBA straight ahead.
It may be small, but this little bean fuels power. It powers a food industry as a source of protein. It's a fuel that powers diesel engines while reducing emissions. It powers a state economy and bottom lines. And it powers the rest of the world as a top Nebraska export. Yeah, it may be small, but we're finding more ways for this little bean to power Nebraska.
Finding your story starts at a place where possibilities align with potential. Chadron State College, where adventures lead to accomplishments, where opportunities connect to engagement. With a wide range of undergraduate and graduate programs, plus thousands of friends, CSC has everything you need to find your story. To get started and schedule your visit, csc.edu.
Coverage of the 2025 NSAA High School Boys Basketball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, Teammates Mentoring Program, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy, as well as viewers like you who donate to Nebraska Public Media. Thank you. Time now for a special presentation. We'll have that coming up in a bit. But first, the dance team performing here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, 21-10. What stood out to you in this first half between Ashland-Greenwood and Concordia?
Yeah, really Ashland-Greenwood's ability to control the paint. 16 points in the paint, 4 second chance points. They've just really made it hard for Concordia to score anything in the lane, and then they've been able to kind of take advantage and get some baskets around the rim. But Concordia needs to get Koulis going, which you saw him get 2 baskets at the end of shot clocks where that high screen and roll. That's probably something Coach Koulis can come back to in the second half and give him a little bit more freedom to find some more baskets.
Mustangs came into this game at 24-3. They only lost to Boys Town, Lincoln Lutheran, Mount Michael, and Douglas County West. And a good little run here at the end of the season, including the win over Doniphan Trumbull in the semifinals to make the state championship. Ashland-Greenwood 22-5. They knocked off top-seeded Lincoln Lutheran. That might have surprised some, but they had beaten Lincoln Lutheran earlier in the year as well, 47-28. So not a surprise they're here, despite being a number 5 seed in this state championship. Concordia is certainly used to being down here at these state championships, but the first time they've been in the state championship game. I believe now it is time for the presentation of the Bill Lewis Scholarship Award. Let's go to Drew Dinker.
The Nebraska Officials Foundation and the Nebraska High School Officials Association are pleased to present 2 scholarships in memory of Bill Lewis. Bill Lewis was a longtime high school football and basketball official. He was later the supervisor of officials for the Nebraska School Activities Association. Bill was a member of the National Basketball and Football Rules Committee. He was inducted into the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame in 2005. He received an Outstanding Service Award from the NSAA and was named a Friend of High School Sports by the Nebraska Coaches Association. Bill retired in 2004 due to illness and passed in 2006. Here today to present the awards are Bill's wife Sandy and daughter Beth, NSAA Supervisor of Officials Nate Newhouse, NSAA Assistant Director John Dolliver, and NHSOA Director Kelly Klassen. The first recipient is Natalie Williams from Ord High School. Natalie is the daughter of Amber and the late Levi Williams. Natalie plans on attending the University of Nebraska-Kearney, majoring in education with a coaching endorsement. Congratulations, Natalie. And the second recipient is Cordell Fryricks from South Platte High School. Cordell is the son of Lisa and Adam Fryricks. Cordell plans on attending the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, majoring in 7 through 12 special education. Congratulations, Cordell. Fans, let's hear it for these recipients of the Bill Lewis Scholarship.
Congratulations to the recipients of the Bill Lewis Scholarship. We are at halftime of the C1 title game. The Blue Jays with the lead.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Life is full of milestones. Let Wayne State's graduate programs be your next big moment. Whether you work in education, criminal justice, business, public relations, human resources, information technology, or sports and recreation, our programs provide pathways to the next level in your career. Flexible and online, a Wayne State graduate degree helps you write that next big chapter in your life without having to put your life on hold.
Everyone deals with difficult times at some point in their lives. Some people may lose hope and turn to substances or alcohol as a way to cope with difficult emotions. You are not alone. There is a new number for help, 988. 988 is the 911 for times of crisis and mental health emergencies. Anyone who is in need of help, just call, text, or chat 988 for confidential support at no cost. There is hope. Just call 988.
Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, 21-10. Concordia trails. Andy Kendi is with their head coach, Ken Koulis.
Well, Coach, not the start you wanted, but a nice finish to the half. What was the difference between second and first quarters?
Well, we just got to put the ball in the hoop. 10 points isn't going to get very much done down here. So I think our defensive intensity is where it needs to be. But, if we don't score it, it's going to be a long day.
Is it a matter of just settling your kids down first time in the state final?
I think that is part of it. Another big part of it, Ashland-Greenwood's a really, really good defensive team. We know that. We're going to have to find a way to score.
Yeah, and the good news is it's only 11. You've come back before. What is going to be the key other than just making shots?
Composure.
Yep.
Poise.
Yep.
And just guts.
Yeah. Good luck in the second half. Ken Koulis, the head coach of the Concordia Mustangs. His team trails by 11 in the Class C1 championship game.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Derek Tonjes led the way for the Blue Jays. Tonjes and Westerholt. There's Tonjes with the block. And another block.
Two blocks. And here you see on the offensive end, really just good poise and patience in the lane. 3 of 6 from the floor. His ability to get on the backboard. Just his size, length, and athleticism has really had a big impact to help Ashland-Greenwood build this 21-10 lead. For stats, neither team has shot it particularly well. 0 for 3 from the 3 for Ashland-Greenwood, 0 for 5 from Concordia. One stat that's not on there, there's only been 1 assist in the game, so both teams are going to have to probably move the basketball a little bit. Both teams are playing great half-court defense. You see Ashland's ability to control the backboard. Both teams are handling the ball. They're not turning it over, which is why it's low scoring. You're not giving up easy transition points. So, pretty good defensive half. Which team can settle in offensively is going to have the best chance to win the game.
When we come back, 2 quarters left until we crown a state champion in Class C1. It'll be the Blue Jays or the first ever for the Mustangs.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Coverage of the 2025 NSAA High School Boys Basketball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, Teammates Mentoring Program, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy, as well as viewers like you who donate to Nebraska Public Media. Thank you. Ready for second half action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. Ashland-Greenwood, largest lead was at 13. Largest run was 10-0. They lead it here by 11. And you heard Coach Koulis, they got to find a way to put the ball in the hoop.
And that can come some different ways. Trying to create some more offense, maybe with your defense, if you can generate a steal or a turnover. Thrasher, which had a really big semifinal only with 2. Jackson Shepard, one of their more consistent.
Great take by Tonjes, and Tonjes with the lay-in, he now has 8 points. Mustangs need to answer here early. Cannot let the Blue Jays, with that kind of defense, extend the lead too far. Kicked out stop, Thrasher with the 3. First three-pointer for either team in the game.
Really good job by Shepard. Didn't turn over, went and secured it. Was able to find Thrasher for the open 3.
Great toss down low. Kissinger finishes it. Kissinger has 5 points. Here's Cheatham with it. Now off to Abendroth.
The great thing about both of those possessions for both teams where they were assisted. So, able to find a teammate with an open shot. Here it is again.
Another assist. And Cheatham with the lay-in.
Anytime you play teams that are really good half-court defensively, you have to move the ball. You have to create opportunities for teammates. And obviously both coaches talked about that at halftime. The ball movement has been better, which has created a higher % offense.
Really fits into the mantra of this Concordia team. Sometimes me, sometimes you, always we, as you see the lay-in down low. It's an old saying from Dana Altman.
Yeah, basketball's certainly a team sport. Teams that are here certainly very connected on the offensive and defensive end.
Rebound by Fangmeyer.
Most common themes are teams are unselfish. They're willing to make the play for a teammate.
Kissinger with the drive. Good finish. Nice take by Cal Kissinger, the junior. Averages 11 a game.
Now 7 for Cal. Really aggressive start to the third quarter.
Foul is called on Fangmeyer. First foul called on Fangmeyer.
See Cal uses a little bit of a ghost ball screen there to create an opportunity to gain an advantage on that drive. Just really good body control, tough finish.
Rebound by Fangmeyer.
Yeah, Thrasher did a really good job of getting in the lane. Just that size and physicality of Tonjes has played out again and just kind of walled up, made that a really difficult shot. One of those things that doesn't show in the stat sheet, wasn't a block, but yet just having an imprint on this game.
Tonjes tried to chase down the loose ball. Be a turnover and to the Mustangs. Fairly clean in terms of turnovers for each team.
Yeah, both teams kind of play a softer man-to-man style, really have a gap, keep everything in front. They're not out denying or trying to force turnovers, which certainly helps the offense move the ball, not turn it over, but yet it creates much more difficult shots because you have to tend to score over the top of 5 defenders, which, if you look at the field goal percentages, in the lane has not been great, but credit Omaha Concordia, that's now 2 threes to start this third quarter.
Both of those threes have come from Thrasher.
And both those threes were assisted, now 4 assists for Concordia, so just ability to attack and
so Thrasher out of the halftime locker room, giving Concordia a little bit of offensive punch. He's knocked down a couple of threes. Cut the lead. 10-point advantage here for the Blue Jays.
The University of Nebraska at Kearney, we bring the power of the herd. Among every court, field, stadium, and arena, you'll find strength, determination, and heart. United by our love of the game and commitment to the Loper spirit, we cheer for the blue and gold. We're more than athletes. We're leaders, scholars, and champions. When you run with the Lopers, that's when you'll feel the power of the herd. Learn more at unk.edu.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is ready to help. A hydrostatic transmission assists its operation. Attachments are available for a variety of jobs. The Kubota BX Series. Demos are available through your local Kubota dealers. To learn more, KubotaNEsports.com.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's 29-19 Ashland-Greenwood. This is Larry Putney's best side. This is Andy Markowski. And we've heard some people say on social media, hey, can you turn down the crowd mic? Well, there's a good reason. This is how close the crowd is to Larry and Andy. These are the Blue Jay fans, young Blue Jay fans, and they're bringing it. It may be before midday, but these Blue Jay fans, well, they're chirping right away. Larry, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. I can't tell you how excited we are to see that kind of excitement here at the state championships. Just really wish it wasn't 10 feet away from us. Oh, that's great. That's great stuff.
Positive reinforcement. They're going to really bring it here.
Yeah, and then you see, of course, Andy walking by, giving him a high five.
And he's going to venture to the other side of the gym. So.
Yeah. When we heard Andy was going to interview them, I said, Andy, why are we encouraging it? It's in our ears, and now I get it.
Yeah. So a slight delay. The scoreboard read 29-19, and actually 29-18 is the correct score. So it's been adjusted.
So the scoreboard is now correct, and it is an 11-point lead for AG. Jump ball.
Yeah, good job by Owen Abendroth there. It's just to really leave his player and go double. Tonjison created the turnover opportunity.
Shepard down low. Guarded by Westerhold. Here's Koulis into the lane. Koulis with a nice smooth bucket. Drew Koulis makes it a 9-point game.
Koulis has had a few of those opportunities where he's been able to get the ball in the lane. First half, couple rimmed out for him. Let's see if we get that one to go. Another stop by Omaha Concordia.
Long three on the way, off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Fangmeyer. Tonjes goes baseline, and the walk.
Yeah, certainly drugged that pivot foot. Just another really good defensive possession by Omaha Concordia, making it difficult for Ashland-Greenwood to get the ball in the lane. Certainly when Tonjes has the ball, they've have created a little bit more traffic around him. Offensively, they've played with a little bit more efficiency in this half, finding some lane touches and some baskets, and also been able to kick out for some threes.
Three-pointer, Koulis off the front of the rim. Kissinger with the board. You heard Coach Mose right before halftime talking to Andy Kendi. Said they will make a run, and we're seeing it here in this third. More efficient offensively. And another steal taken away by Abendroth. Turns it back over. into the hands of Koulis. Timeout is taken by Ashland-Greenwood. 32nd for Ashland-Greenwood. Let's take a look at last year's state championship.
Wahoo claimed the Class C1 state championship with a thrilling 49-42 overtime victory over Auburn, handing the Bulldogs their only loss of the season. Wahoo rallied from a 7-point deficit in the fourth to force overtime against an Auburn team in their 6th straight title game. The Warriors were led by senior Marcus Glock, who tallied 23 points in the game, including key shots in the extra period. Wahoo claimed their first state title since 2018 and their 12th overall.
It was the state championship for Wahoo last year. They moved up to Class B. Both of these teams happy to see that. Wahoo now in Class B. This Concordia team lost to Wahoo in the semifinals last year. They're your scoring leaders. And that last time out taken by Concordia.
Yeah,
mistakenly said Ashland-Greenwood trying to prevent the backcourt violation.
Yeah, only 1 second left. I would like to see a rule change where a timeout does not reset that's in second, where you'd only have 1 second to advance at that point. I think it's too punitive on the defense. Some of our summer AU stuff, that would be the scenario where, even though you took a timeout, you still only have 1 second to get the ball advanced to half court. So trying to reward the defense for, what was a pretty good effort there. So we'll follow that one as a potential rule change down the road. For high school, it does reset, so you get a new 10.
Off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Thrasher.
Yeah, Ashland-Greenwood has really struggled to get the ball into the lane here in the third quarter. Good Omaha Concordia's half-court adjustments, forcing some jump shots. Concordia with a 10-point quarter, so match their output for a whole half. So certainly finding a little bit more. Here comes the screen. The screener play. Nope, it's going to be a little wrinkle off of that. Kind of the same look they gave in the first half, but with kind of a counter.
Shepard with the long three-pointer knocks it in. Jackson Shepard cuts it to 6. And here is the run for the Mustangs.
Well, Shepard, Thrasher, and Koulis all in double figures in the semis, so it's important to get Thrasher and Shepard going, which they've done in this third quarter. See the traffic around.
Tonjes into triple team and cannot convert, and the rebound to Thrasher. This is as close as it's been since it was 8-2 in the first quarter with 2:12 remaining.
The third time in this game that Concordia is going to have a chance to get last shot. You're going to see this high ball screen again, which Koulis hit a pull-up, and then he got all the way to the rim on the second time for a layup.
Koulis has it swiped away. Fires up the shot at the buzzer and off the top of the backboard. It's as close as it's been since the first quarter. 29-23. We head to the fourth here in Class C1.
Constellation is a natural gas commodity supplier in the Choice Gas program, helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $400,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
Concordia's gotten back into it thanks to Jack Thrasher.
You see Thrasher steps out, makes one, now makes two in that third quarter. Thrasher up to 8 points, 2 of 3 from the three, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. 6'2" senior, certainly willing his teammates to fight. Really good third quarter, 13 points for Concordia. Outscored Ashland-Greenwood 13-8 to get their game in a more manageable deficit at 6.
Concordia right now is on an 8-0 run.
Sure, Coach Mose talked to his group about being a little more patient. Just 1 assist in that third quarter. Ball's going to have to move a little bit more with the amount of help that Concordia has given on Tonjes.
How about it? Tonjes gets the assist and the 3. Big bucket there for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, the ball went from one side to the second side to the third side. Was able to get a little penetration along the baseline to create that 3 opportunity.
Like the first 3 for Tonjes. He leads all scorers with 11 points.
It's just such a huge possession. Allows your team to just kind of exhale and relax. The lead goes back up to 9.
Good job by Mose to pull that out of there.
Ball was not, did not hit the rim, so shot clock is down to 10.
Rebound by Shepard. Abendroth with it. To Koulis. Off to Shepard. Shepard will drive. Great rim protection there. Fangmeyer with the block.
Yeah, now 6 block shots for Ashland-Greenwood from 3 different players.
Nearing the 6-minute mark in the game. Still a 9-point advantage for AG. Goes off of the Mustangs. That will stay with Ashland-Greenwood.
You see a little baseline penetration. Just was able to get by the help, which creates that little slide for a corner 3. We don't talk about it enough. Just Tonjes' versatility. You know, we've seen his activity around the rim, but his ability to step out and hit a 3.
Great job by Koulis. Took it all the way, got the turnaround. 7-point advantage.
Gets Koulis up to 12 for the game.
Koulis really took over late in that Donovan Trumbull game. Had 10 points in the semis, 18 in the first round, 28 down here at state, 40 now, including the 12 here in this championship game. Foul's going to be called on Koulis. That's his 2nd personal foul.
Yeah, Westerville has stayed aggressive in this second half. He's been able to get to the rim a couple times, create some contact. There he did a really nice job of cutting off of the post touch. Able to draw the foul. Now 3 of 3 from the foul line.
Back to a 9-point advantage for Ashland-Greenwood. Rebound Shepard. Koulis thought about it. Abendroth takes it. Got it. 3-pointer. Owen Abendroth, the junior. One of the biggest changes in this team, according to Coach Ken Koulis, is the improvement of players like Abendroth.
Yeah, it's a really big shot 4 threes now for Concordia for the game.
That is going to be called on Koulis. That'll be his third.
That should be on the floor.
Ashland-Greenwood will take a timeout. A quick 30-minute drive for many of the fans in Ashland to get here this morning. Six-point lead for AG. Well, Nebraska Public Media has your spring volleyball fix upcoming. March 28th, 7 o'clock. You can check out the Supernovas as they take on the Vegas Thrill. Supernovas with a reverse sweep the other night, near the top of the league standings. 7 of 8, playing really well. You can catch that on Nebraska Public Media.
So Coach Mose, takes a timeout. He's going to draw up some type of an inline out of bounds. So this is kind of the special teams of basketball as we talked about. You kind of get your sideline, your inline out of bounds scenarios that they're kind of forgotten about. Everybody wants to talk offense or defense, but these are such important sequences to helping your team win games, not only defensively. Coach Koulis is talking about maybe some sets they've seen on film. I'm sure for Ashland-Greenwood, Kissinger and Tonjes are going to be involved in some type of a screening opportunity here. Looks like going to get a cross screen here for Tonjes and a post opportunity. Good job by Concordia defending.
Tonjes kicks it out. Open look. Got it by Kissinger. Big shot for AG as they extend it to double digits.
That gets Kissinger into double figures at 10.
Oh, Koulis' shot rattles in and out.
Concordia's adjustment was to really help and put a lot of white jerseys in the paint. They've done a really good job of taking that away from Ashland-Greenwood. But Tonjes gets a 3 and Kissinger gets the 3, off of that help, and that's really been the kind of the counter to that adjustment.
Foul called on Cole Cheatham. As Ashland-Greenwood very patient right now, not afraid to run clock here offensively.
You see that possession. You just see the white jerseys around. Tonjes just creates enough space for Kissinger to get his feet set. And now you see Concordia's going to have to come with pressure now, being down 9. So look for Ashland-Greenwood to be able to maybe penetrate some of these seams and gaps and get the ball back to the rim. Three-point shot is so impactful in the modern day basketball. It just opens up the floor for everybody else.
10 left in the shot clock.
So you see some of the space and penetration.
Kissinger with the drive. Put back and good. What a putback by Cooper Westerhold.
Westerhold has really stayed active in that lane and on the backboard in this half. No basket bigger than that one. Pushing the lead back to double figures.
Koulis trying to use the screen up top. 3 on the way by Thrasher. Tipped around. And the rebound to Kissinger. Two minutes, 30 seconds remain. And that foul will be called on Abendroth.
Here you see Kissinger, just tough shot. Really good job of contesting, just not able to stay on the block out. Just a tremendous putback by Cooper Westerhold.
30-second timeout taken by Ashland-Greenwood. They have an 11-point advantage. Looking for their 3rd state championship in 4 years. They won it in 22, 23, and going for 3 in the last 4 here this afternoon, this morning, this afternoon. I think we're in the afternoon by now, aren't we? Yeah, just barely. Been through Ashland-Greenwood? You ever stopped at BW's Bar and Grill?
I'm not.
Great onion rings.
All right.
In Ashland, you got it.
I find a golf outing occasionally in the Ashland area. I'll take you up on that.
You bring up that tower of onion rings. It's phenomenal.
I'm such a healthy eater. That's right in my wheelhouse. Larry. So thank you. But I mentioned those 2 threes from Ashland that really opened up, this game. That's their only 2 threes of the game have just been on those 2 key possessions that really have kind of kept Concordia at bay. They had a chance to cut from a 6 maybe to 4, and then Ashland-Greenwood was able to kind of take it from 6 back to 9 and play with that comfortable lead. Concordia's going to have to maybe generate some turnovers here.
A little more pressure here defensively from Concordia.
Yep, they do have 14 fouls, so next foul, Ashland-Greenwood will be on the free throw line. It's been a 4-possession game with 2:20. Gonna have to try to either foul to extend the game or create some turnovers that can lead to some offensive productivity.
And they will put Fangmeyer on the line to shoot.
2 of 2 the day for Fangmeyer. Certainly has seen a big change in high school basketball since they went to the 2-shot foul at 5. It used to be a 1-and-1 a lot of times in these scenarios where you could maybe steal a possession 2 or 3 with teams not being able to make that front end of the 1-and-1. Now with 2 shots, you see less of an impact with late free throw shooting, but still important to be able to go to the line and make 1 or 2 to keep your team in the lead.
Koulis down low. The spin does not get it. Goes off of the Mustangs and out of bounds. And now the task is getting more daunting for Concordia as they find themselves down 13, 2:10 remaining for Coach Ken Koulis.
So Concordia's in full court, man-to-man. Player on the basketball.
Quick foul by Shepard.
Occasionally you'll see teams maybe try to trap, especially in one of those first quarters, but Concordia elected to start fouling to extend the game.
Jacob Mose. 2 shots for Westerholt. First one is good. He had 14 in the first round, 14 in the second round, and he has 14 right now.
I think Concordia,
a blood issue.
Yep. So you get 20 seconds to be able to address that without having to sub out. And officials do a good job of kind of understanding maybe the magnitude of the game and the scenario. Sometimes that 20 becomes 30. Certainly if it's longer than that, you'd have to sub or take a timeout. Nice job by the officials there of trying not to, impact the game, letting the players finish.
Yeah, good job by our officiating crew here in this C1 title game. They've let them play.
Which you want to see. You want to see your best players out on the court, not in foul trouble.
Good 3-pointer. Shepard knocks it down, and a quick timeout from Koulis. That's what they needed off of the miss. Back to 12 with 2:01 remaining.
Really good job just advancing it. There's the Thrasher. Finds a little opening off of that ghost ball screen. The third 3 for Thrasher in this half.
You saw him be able to step back and take the 3-pointer. Do you like the new taped, darker color 3-point line?
I do. And, you know, I spoke to John. It sounds like maybe there was an issue with white tape. But I've always felt at the state tournament, issue meaning they ran out of white tape. I've always thought it's been hard for the players to come into this and see multiple three-point lines. It used to be a men's, a women's, and a high school.
Right.
So, you know, however it happened, just the visibility, I think there's more like awareness to it. I think it's easier on officials in a bang situation where maybe they're running down. What line were they behind to know to signal 3 points? So I don't know if it'll stay a different color, but I actually like the change. I think it helps the student athletes. You know, maybe not as much as I think from my perspective, but I certainly see a lot of deep threes at the state tournament. I think part of that is just their frame of reference without having played with another 3-point line throughout the season. But certainly aesthetically it looks fine by me. And
it's easier to pick up, that's for sure.
You know, the other thing on that point, the other thing I notice a lot is teams step out of bounds in the corner a lot. You know, just randomly will be out of bounds. I think what happens is the 3-point line pushes them further back in spacing where they think maybe they have a little bit more space behind them, but that they don't. So they end up. We had one earlier in the first quarter where they catch the ball and they're standing out of bounds. And I think part of that is referencing off of the wrong 3-point line and knowing how much space you have in the corner. So if that can improve it, I'm all for it.
Kicked out, 3-pointer is off. And a quick foul after the rebound by Fangma. 14-point lead here by AG with 1:51. And the Blue Jays just need to keep knocking down free throws on their way to a third state championship in 4 years.
If you kind of look back at how this game started, really that 12-4 start in the first quarter by Ashland-Greenwood, I felt both teams had kind of emotional semifinal. AG with the big win over Lutheran, and then Concordia gets over that hump and finally gets to their state final. Just not really staying connected in that first quarter. This game has really played out in that 6 to 10 range. So that's just that slow start. I think
Thrasher with a 3-pointer.
Thrasher's doing everything he can to try to keep Concordia attached here, getting it back to 11.
Third 3-pointer of the second half for Thrasher. He's 3 of 5 from range. Shepard has hit a couple here in the second half. Abendroth hit 1. 6 3-pointers in the second half for Concordia. They're 6 of 17 for the game. A good time for you to connect with us on Facebook or any of our social media platforms. And don't forget, you can see Nebraska and Rutgers square off on Nebraska Public Media. That's on April 4th. The Rutgers in town. That game will be on our World channel beginning at 6 p.m. Central. Live from Haymarket Park on World.
I think if you're Coach Koulis, you got to be really proud of your group, right? To stay, committed to, what's been disappointing finishes, losing in those semifinal games, and then, certainly only having 10 points at halftime. They've really played a really good second half of basketball. They're up to 8 assists. They've got 6 threes with that 0 at halftime. If you look at Ashland-Greenwood, they've just been able to make the play in the right time. Even from the foul line, they've been put to the free throw line here the last part of this fourth quarter. 13 to 17 now from the free throw line. So just they continue to make those winning plays. Apologize for the announcer curse there. They've done a pretty good job of capitalizing on free throws. Fangmeyer misses the first there. Able to make the second. Concordia's going to still try to hunt easy baskets. At some point, they're going to have to turn Ashland-Greenwood over versus fouling.
Yep. Kissinger back to the line. Kissinger with 12 points in the game. He averages 11 in his junior year. I think we mentioned it earlier, but no seniors in the starting lineup. In fact, all the starters for Ashland-Greenwood are juniors. Everybody back next year.
I've been impressed with AG. Just, I feel like they're got good versatility with some inside-outside with Kissinger and Tonjes. And then Westerholt gives him really a long, athletic wing forward. There's been several key baskets and plays in this game.
Around the way again and again. They should have been shooting it the whole game. That is the 4th three-pointer for Thrasher in the second half. You just look at half two numbers. Thrasher is 2 or 3 or 3 for 4. Haven't put it up yet on the scoreboard. They did.
Yeah, there's Thrasher just coming off a little flare screen, and really all the threes he's made in the second half, he has not had a lot of space. He's kind of had to step back.
Yeah,
just tough threes. But as I mentioned, Thrasher's a senior, just really fighting for his school and team.
Thrasher is 4 for 5 from three-point range in the second half. Shepherd is 2 of 3 as a team in the second half. They are 7 of 13 from three-point range, but 4 of 7 here in this fourth quarter.
We mentioned Ashland-Greenwood's experience coming back. I mean, really, Concordia is fairly young.
Right.
You're seeing, Thrasher and Shepherd as seniors really battling here in this second half. But, Drew Coulis is just a junior. Elliot McCafferty, a 6'6" junior forward, broke his hand and was out, which, had played a little bit for them early, which, maybe can help them replace, the size of Thrasher and Shepherd. So this, these two teams certainly could ride this experience and potentially be back here again next year.
Foul was called on Ryan Taylor. Despite those three-pointers that Concordia has had, they certainly stand out. They've been outscored in this fourth by Ashland-Greenwood 19-14. Many of Ashland-Greenwood's coming from the free throw line.
Yeah, now AG is up to 22 free throw attempts, so certainly benefited from the fouling strategy here. Latter half of the fourth quarter.
And they're 12 of 15 and now 13 of 16 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. 13 of 16 from the free throw line in this final quarter. Another three-pointer that's off the front of the rim. Rebound into the hands of Landon Mose, and he's fouled right away.
I think the fouling strategy might start to dissipate here a little bit. Now the lead's up to 14.
Yep.
Certainly if Concordia doesn't score here, I could see Coach Coulis subbing and maybe give some other players an opportunity to play.
Back to the rim. Kansas with the flush. And that will put the exclamation point on what will be a third state championship in 4 years for the Blue Jays. Timeout on the floor, and we're going to see wholesale changes for both of these teams as Tonjes with the reverse flush.
Yeah, pretty fancy finish under the rim. Well, it just speaks to his athleticism, which I really thought, that if you look at the box score, he's had a lot better statistically games in his career, but from the opening tip, I think he blocked 2 early shots and, just really rebounded and was kind of that anchor on the offensive end when they needed it. And, really his 3-point shot might have been the biggest shot of the game. It really, I think Concordia had cut it to 6, and, that 3 was really just kind of allowed AG to excel. It was fun to see him able to finish with a...
Tonjes, he'll finish with 52 points in the state tournament. Had 17 in the first round, 22 against Lincoln Lutheran, and 13 here in this championship game. 52 points for the junior Derek Tonjes. Fans behind us continue to be excited about the outcome. If you can't hear them at home, we can hear them here. But once again, Ashland-Greenwood, for the 3rd time in 4 years, they are state champions. The Blue Jays will take home another state championship trophy, convincing 53-39, and Tonjes with the exclamation point. Medals and trophies when we come back here in Lincoln.
Hi, I'm Tom Osborne, former football coach and co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program.
And I'm Des Moines Adams, Husker Blackshirt and CEO of Teammates Mentor.
We are recruiting Teammates mentors and need caring adults to be in the lives of our students.
Meeting with a student once a week can make a positive impact in their life and have a ripple effect in our communities.
Please join our team.
Go to teammates.org today.
All right, it's time to talk about us. Not him, not her, not them. Us. Thanks to us, things have been great. In fact, you can find us just about everywhere. Your food, that's us. Your food's food, that's us too. Your fuel, that's us. And should anyone out there happen to doubt us, by all means, just watch us.
Nets are coming down. Ashland-Greenwood wins it again, 53-39 over Concordia. And now for medals and trophies, let's go to Drew Dinker.
The Nebraska School Activities Association, the Nebraska Coaches Association, and the Nebraska Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association are proud to support positive sportsmanship during the state championships and throughout the season. At this time, we are pleased to present the Sportsmanship Award for Class C1. The trophy is graciously donated by Awards Unlimited. The sportsmanship program is exclusively presented by Currency, which helps businesses grow throughout Nebraska and beyond. We are proud to sponsor this award, and we congratulate our Nebraska students for their achievements. Making the presentation are NCAA President-elect Matt Schwarzendruber from Sandy Creek High School, and representing the NSI AAA, retired athletic director Jack Tarr from Malcolm. The Class C1 Sportsmanship Award winner is Ashland-Greenwood High School. Congratulations, Ashland-Greenwood High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jennifer Schwartz and NSAA Board of Directors Thomas Lee of Omaha Westview and Dr. Nick Wemhoff of Fort Calhoun. Here are the awards for the runner-up, Omaha Concordia Mustangs. Head coach Ken Koulis and his assistants will present the silver medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 1, J.J. Brummels. Number 2, Lincoln Getz. Number 10, Jack Gonagay. Number 14, Logan Herman. Number 22, Jake Clarkson. Number 24, Blake Sunday. Number 25, Cole Heineck. Number 34, Ryan Taylor. Number 35, Connor Shepard. Number 3, Owen Abendroth. Number 4, Drew Koulis. Number 11, Jack Thrasher. Number 12, Jackson Shepard. And number 23, Cole Cheatham. And now for these outstanding athletes and their team, here is the 2025 NSAA Class C1 Boys State Basketball Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations to the Omaha Concordia Mustangs. And now to the champions, the Ashland-Greenwood Bluejays. Head coach Jacob Mose and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 1, Ranger Zimmerman. Number 3, Grady Holtz. Number 5, Mason Mose. Number 12, Wade Cerny. Number 20, Rogan Cerveni. Number 24, Jack Johnson. Number 25, Joe Bryce. Number 35, Barrett Kittrell. Number 0, Cal Kissinger. Number 4, Landon Mose. Number 10, Logan Fangmeyer. Number 11, Cooper Westerhold. And number 23, Derek Tonjes. Coach Mose, we have a special award for you. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, Vice President and Chief Actuary, Ashley Wilson. And now for these outstanding athletes and their team, here is the 2025 NSAA Class C1 Boys State Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations to the Ashland-Greenwood Bluejays.
Well, congratulations once again to Ashland-Greenwood. They are the state champs. Andy Kindy is backstage with Ken Koulis.
All right, Coach, you cut the deficit to 6 in the third quarter, and it just didn't seem like you could ever get over that hump. What was the difference?
They're just such a good defensive team. I mean, the whole difference in the game was the 10 points we spotted them in the first half. We got to score the ball, come into halftime with 10 points, and then playing from behind against a really good defensive team is tough. We showed what we were made of in the second half. We were right with them the entire time. We made a little run, just weren't able to get over the hump from that deficit in the first half.
Well, terrific season, though. You did some things that you never have done at Concordia. What does it say about this senior class that laid the foundation perhaps for years to come?
Well, the 3 seniors I got are just such good kids. Just gritty, and their determination and their hard work. It's meant the world to our program. I think the biggest thing the biggest takeaway from those guys is the quality of the individual that they are. They're high character guys, and I've had other teams that could maybe score it a little bit better and maybe like offensively were more talented, but this team's character just showed through, and it got us to this level.
And what does this do in terms of moving forward? You got a good core group coming back, and maybe this could light the fire even more so to work so hard in the offseason. Yeah, we have a great core coming back. I can't diminish what these guys meant. We'll have some big shoes to fill. I mean, they were 32-minute-a-game guys, and that's 2 really big spots and a lot of heart with Logan on the bench. But we have a good core group coming back. We've been down here. We hope to continue to be down here and continue to put together good years. Well, congratulations on a historic season for the Concordia Mustangs. They finished the season 23-5, and Class C1 runner-up. We'll hear from the champs straight ahead.
More than 80 communities across the state count on Nebraska Public Power District to power their every day. And like a dependable neighbor, we work tirelessly to make our communities a better place to live. From preparing them for economic growth, to partnering in local events, to educating tomorrow's workforce, we are charged with bringing the best of public power to our communities and energizing their tomorrows. NPPD, powering our state, empowering our communities.
Sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 cause of death in students involved in activities. 7,000 adolescents lose their life annually due to sudden cardiac arrest.
If defibrillation through an AED is administered within the first 3 minutes, survival rates increase to 74%. If an AED is used within the first minute, the survival rate rises to 90%.
For every minute that passes without defibrillation, survival rates decrease by 7 to 10%. Are you and your school prepared?
Coverage of the 2025 NSAA High School Boys Basketball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, Teammates Mentoring Program, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, Constellation Energy, and viewers like you who donate to Nebraska Public Media. Thank you. 53-39 is the final. The Blue Jays get out early and never look back, winning their 3rd title in 4 years. Let's take a look at the final numbers from this one. Anything stand out here, Andy?
Well, certainly, Omaha Concordia tried to stay in it with some three-point shooting. All 7 of those makes were in the second half. But I just feel like Ashland-Greenwood's physicality, 28 points in the paint, 34-20 rebounding. They had 7 blocked shots. Both teams did a really good job of handling the basketball, which, I think allowed, the game to be tight. But just in general, just the physicality of Ashland-Greenwood was the difference in the game.
So those are the final numbers. When we come back, we're going to hear from the champs of Ashland-Greenwood. They'll be celebrating about 30 minutes from here tonight.
First Nebraska Bank has been serving local communities since 1879 with 11 full-service community banks across central and eastern Nebraska. At First Nebraska Bank, our commitment goes beyond transactions. We're not just bankers, we're members of your local community. Our team, your friends and neighbors, are dedicated to supporting your financial success. First Nebraska Bank. Your kind of people, your kind of bank.
Constellation is a natural gas commodity supplier in the Choice Gas program, helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $400,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
Blue Jays flying high. They are atop the perch in Class C1. Ashland-Greenwood 53, Concordia 39. Here with the winning head coach, Jacob Mose. Coach, I want to ask you about the game itself. Kind of a crucial moment in the second half. They cut your lead to 6, and then you came up with a couple big plays. How important was that to answer their run?
You have to answer runs in these atmospheres because the teams are good enough that they're going to eventually make them. And so I think it was important for us to just extend the lead as much as we could, and we kind of came out and hit a big 3 at that point.
You know, it's funny. Free throws aren't the sexiest topic to talk about in high school basketball, but really that was crucial for you guys.
Free throws were huge, and it's something that we struggled with during the year. But once we got down here, the guys had built up enough in the reserve that they shot lights out from the free throw line in the state tournament.
I know that when we talked yesterday, you mentioned that these kids hadn't played in a state final. Now that they have, what does it say about this team specifically as compared to the ones that won it in 22 and 23?
This team has grown as much as any team we've probably ever had at Ashland. And we kind of told them that at the beginning of the year. They've matured. They've figured out how to play. It took some rough stretches in January. We coach them hard. We hold them to a high standard, and they've just responded and built up enough confidence in themselves and figured out how to win through February that when we got here, they were a pretty good basketball team.
And some of that's culture, and you only lose one senior. And what does this say about you guys moving forward? You guys could just reload and maybe be back here next March. I don't want to get too far ahead of us.
We're going to enjoy this one. Every year I think is challenging as a coach and as a team to find the best way to be competitive and the best way to reach your potential. So when next year rolls around here in a little while, we'll kind of figure that stuff out.
Well, congratulations. Third title in 4 years for Ashland-Greenwood. They are your champs in Class C1, knocking off Concordia by the final of 53-39. Straight ahead, it's the Class A state championship game. Westside versus Papio South. The Titans looking for their first title. The Westside Warriors, their first since 1980. We'll hear from the Blue Jay players straight ahead.
Nothing is more local than where you work and where you live. Here at CPI, we're more than just an ag cooperative. We're your partner in the field and in your local community. We strive to provide farmer-first customer service every day in our grain, agronomy, energy, and feed divisions. By investing in our communities, we're supporting our customers, employees, and the future of the ag industry right here in central Nebraska. CPI, making local matter.
Life can move at a pretty fast pace here in Nebraska. From lights on to lights out, there's no stopping our work ethic. That's why at Nebraska Public Power District, we take pride in keeping you going. Pride in knowing that your power grid keeps electricity reliable and ready for that exact moment when you need it. We take on the challenges 24/7 because electricity is the lifeblood of your day, and powering your day is what motivates us to do our very best. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
Ashland-Greenwood, your champs in Class C1, their third title in 4 years. Let's meet a couple of the Blue Jays. Cooper Westerhold, junior guard, 16 points for him today. Cooper, I want to ask you about how rewarding today has been for you guys, a culmination of a year's journey.
So rewarding. I mean, my journey's been crazy. This summer, I wasn't even sure if I could play high school basketball. I had surgery on my left femur, and it was a question. And, I mean, I think it just fueled me even harder. All glory to God. He put me on an amazing path to lead me here, and I can't thank him enough.
I want to ask you about that. Did you have some doubts? Like, hey, not only am I not going to play this year, you might not even play again.
Yeah, there was a little bit of doubt. It crossed my mind, and it was hard to put those thoughts out. But, I mean, once I started the journey, I kind of became addicted. And, I mean, I'm here now, and I wouldn't like it any other way.
And how about winning and making these big plays today? What was the difference in your mind in this game?
My mind was just do what I've done all season. I think I'm a pretty consistent player, so I knew the environment wasn't going to change what I do, and I came in and did the same thing I've done all year.
And you've seen other teams win championships at Ashland-Greenwood. What does this mean that you put your stamp on this team?
I mean, it's amazing. There's lots. It's cool when people ahead of you do it, but I mean, to get your own, it's way different, and it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Cooper. Hand the trophy off to Derek Tonjes, junior, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and emphatic exclamation point at the end of the game. I got to ask you about the gutsy move to do the reverse slam dunk. How relieved are you that you pulled it off, and how awesome of a moment was that for you?
I'm really glad I did not get rim stuffed. If I would have got rim stuffed, there would have been jokes at school about it for the next couple weeks. So I heard a couple people yell dunk it, so I just went for it, and it worked out.
How cool is it to win a state championship? I know the teams have won it before at Ashland-Greenwood, but now you have your stamp.
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's not even the medals, it's not the trophy. I think it's doing it with the group of guys, all my players, all the coaches. It's winning something together that really matters.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit because your chemistry, your team chemistry, really shone through. How important was that you guys are all friends on and off the court?
I think it's really important. I think you can go back to in game, you always want to be loose, you always be excited. You can make crack a couple jokes to each other, keep each other loose. So just knowing each other, having great bonds outside of the game really equates to the game.
And pulling you through tough times. I want to ask you too, you only lose one senior. What does this lay the foundation for next year? I don't want to look too far ahead, but my goodness, you guys have the core group coming back.
Yeah, we do. We're obviously gonna take time. We're gonna celebrate this one. We're gonna really enjoy it, and then when the time comes around for basketball again, we're gonna get after it.
Well, congratulations, Derek Tonjes, and the Ashland-Greenwood Bluejays, your state champions in Class C1, as they knock off Concordia. Coming up next, Westside Papio South in the Class A final from Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Funding for NSAA High School Basketball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is provided in part by the Dr. Thomas and Dorothy Hallstrom Athletics Endowment.
Why is it important to fill out your FAFSA? First off,
it's how you apply for federal,
state, and most college-based financial aid.
It's easier to fill out than you think.
Start college on the right track.
You don't have to pay for college on your own.
Education Quest is here to help.
For more information, go to educationquest.org.
Hi, I'm Stacy Decker, the new General Manager and CEO of Nebraska Public Media. Your support as a member of Nebraska Public Media is an investment in the future of our state. Together, we can continue to build a Nebraska that is well-informed and connected, one that will thrive for future generations. Thank you.
This week on Nebraska Stories, a historic hotel and bar in Chadron brings the community together.
Everybody's always welcome at the Old Main.
And art, science, and culture collide at Omaha's Kiewit Luminarium.
It's a pretty special place. It was designed for the community to be a place where everyone can come and explore science and math.
These stories and more on Nebraska Stories.
Thursday night at 8 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Back here in Lincoln, not far from Haymarket Park. And the rail yard, Ashland-Greenwood wins it. 53-39 is the final. And they let it start to finish, jumped out to that quick early lead and did not look back.
Yeah, good start to the game. Really good fourth quarter finish, not only offensively, defensively, and then made some free throws to capture the state title.
That is their third and fourth years. Always good when you get something going like that. And as you say, success breeds success for Ashland-Greenwood, right?
It builds upon itself, but just the confidence. There are some really big shots through stretches of that game that, I think you have that confidence. So you've been there before, and you have, your teammates have faith in you. And, once again, that confidence goes a long ways. And the margins of these games are small, and sometimes those shots make or break points of the game. And it worked out for Ashland-Greenwood.
You get the feeling, too, that Concordia has created that same type of culture within their school. I mean, having been down here now 4 consecutive years, this is their first trip into the finals after finishing third a couple of times. But you get a sense like it's not the last time we're going to see Concordia down here either.
No doubt. And that confidence of finally getting over that hump into the finals, I think that'll resonate next season, and you'll see them back here.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for the Class C1 State Championship. We still have Class A coming up as part of our morning session. That begins at 1 o'clock. It's going to be West Side, the Warriors, and Papillion-La Vista South battling for the Class A title. For Andy Kendi, for Andy Markowski, and the entire production crew, I'm Larry Putney. We'll be back here for the Class A momentarily. Stay with us as state basketball championship action on Nebraska Public Media rolls on.